What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction series from Heroes Reforged. Today we are starting The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Very exciting time. If you just discovered us through this series, welcome. On this channel, we do reactions, reviews, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. You can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/heroesreforged, where we have uncut reactions of every single episode of this series, plus so much other stuff we've been watching for the last year and a half. Check it out. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, turn that red button gray, and get us to 100K. We're doing this show because Augustine is our subject matter expert, and he had a really fun opportunity to go to Middle Earth several years ago to experience the making of the Hobbit films. I think we're going to try to share that experience with our community. So join our Discord to get all the updates, and it'll be a lot of fun.
I want to warmly embrace all the positive and happy people waiting for this show. I've been super excited to watch this. Yeah, we're watching it the day after, so it's been interesting to try to avoid spoilers and things like that on Twitter. But I think I've done a really good job of it. And now I can't wait to jump back in and see what this next thing.
The good news is, Augustine, the good news is that even if I saw spoilers and they were like, oh, Lothlorien doth Mothmorien, I wouldn't know what any of that meant. I would be like, cool, I guess I'll wait until I see the show. Just to echo what Adam is saying, welcome, and to echo what Augustine is saying, welcome to any of the fans looking for some kind of positivity. We've been told by people who watch our stuff before that even if we dislike something, we still try to talk about it in a way that explains kind of where we're coming from. We're not hateful. We're not full of hate. And we've also been told by members of our people, our viewers in our community, that we tend to be pretty welcoming to women and people of color and gay people and LGBTQ people and also white dudes. White dudes are also welcome. Don't worry. They're
everybody.
They're always part of the party. Don't worry. If you fall into any of those categories and you're looking for some place on YouTube that isn't garbage, we've been told we're pretty good at that. So just to catch you up, Adam loves Halloween, Augustine loves The Lord of the Rings, and I love the Disney 2012 film John Carter. You're all caught up?
Yep. Go ahead. That's all you need to know.
You guys ready to get into this?
Yes.
I don't know. Am I? Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Are these
Even you couldn't possibly believe their old scrap will float.
Are these all the gods as children?
It's not going to float.
No, these are the elves. That's are
Galadriel.
Yeah, that's Galadriel. Yeah. These are elves as they first came to Middle Earth.
Nice.
Oh,
that's really cool.
Yeah. Hey! Hey!
Toxic!
What are you doing? Pinches traviesos.
That little boy is Sauron, isn't
it? Do you know why a ship floats? Her gaze is not downward but up.
But sometimes it's hard to say which way is up and which way is down. How am I to know which lights to follow?
So wise.
But that seems so simple.
The most important truths often are. I won't always be here to speak them to you.
You won't?
Uh-oh.
My father awaiting.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so that's her brother.
Her brother Finrod. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
Oh, here we go, baby.
Great foe Morgoth.
Morgoth.
Destroyed the very light of our
Wow.
Yo, why do I have chills? This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Wow.
Just like Galadriel's boat.
Middle Earth.
Yo, god damn.
Oh my God.
The great eagle.
But the war left Middle Earth in ruin.
Wow.
This looks movie quality, you guys. It's so crazy.
Under the command of his most devoted servant.
Oh, damn. Sauron.
Oh my God, dude,
huge.
This is incredible.
To seek him out and destroy him.
I like how big he is.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
His vow became mine.
Yeah.
We hunted Sauron.
These locations never get old.
Those are the same riverbanks where they filmed a lot of the Isengard stuff.
Did a pretty good job of setting up where we are in the world.
It can get very confusing if you know the whole lore, but I like the way they're breaking this down so far. Oof.
So far, I'm just massively impressed with the production.
Yeah, this
Like, it's-
production
the
is
quality
crazy.
is amazing.
I can hear the Bear McCreary of the score. I can hear it.
We should have been there by now.
Oh yeah?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is that the Disney castle?
This place is so evil, our torches give off no warmth. This way.
Jesus,
Damn.
that's
God
terrifying.
damn. Okay.
What I love about Middle Earth is that I don't know if what you
Ooh.
just said was a metaphor or like if it's literal. Like
It's a little bit of both.
Oh,
These
this is.
orcs were
Oh.
meddling with the powers of the unseen world.
That's just me when I'm asleep.
What's that?
Is it a snowflake?
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's not good.
Oh, the mark.
Oh.
Until we are certain our enemy is vanquished, I can never return.
Is that why the elves leave in Lord of the Rings? Is because they're like all the bad evil is gone.
I mean, they were gonna leave regardless of whether Sauron
Yeah.
was alive or not. Valinor is better than this place.
That always means that there's something hiding up in the...
Yeah, always. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Snow troll. Ooh, a snow troll.
This is gonna be sweet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, they're going to
Yeah.
befriend it, aren't they?
Oh no.
Ooh, I don't know. Oh,
Oh
God.
wow.
That looks so
cool.
good.
Great
Oh,
design.
Galadriel's about to show Legolas what's up here. Oh shit.
Oh, God. Oh, a little trick or treat on the camera, too.
Right, yep.
Ooh.
That was awesome.
Damn.
Oh man. That was before the intro? Jesus. Before the intro card. Okay.
Nice.
Is this what would eventually become Rohan?
Yeah,
It's like-
so all these areas
okay.
were renamed, and you'll see that as soon as more men from Númenor start coming in,
Yep.
they start divvying up the land. What?
Oh, wow. There's a
Like
bunch of
little
them.
meerkats.
Nice. I love that shot of the foot to just establish exactly
Yeah.
who these people
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. I like how they've established these people as like so in with the earth, and it's really nice.
Yeah. Ooh, what did they find?
Bunch of fruits.
Mm.
Bunch of
The berries. Okay.
Mm.
Delicious.
This was my childhood when I lived in Europe. It was the best.
For real.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Remember those that cherry story I told you about? That's it.
Yep. Oh no, kids, get out of there.
Dog, you know how dogs love berries.
Oh no.
Time to go. Work the big route. You heard your sister. Time to go.
Uh-oh.
That is one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like a spring rain over the bones of a...
Oh, this is Elrond, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Elrond.
Harold Elrond.
Harold Elrond? I did not know that.
He's a herald. His first name is not Harold. Wow, look at these.
Jesus.
God damn. I really need
fact-
to rewatch this on a bigger screen, but
I think they
this is
said they had
awesome.
over 20 VFX houses working on this, so it makes sense.
Wow.
I hear it said that when you cross over, you hear a song, and you are immersed in a light more intoxicating than any sensation in all of Middle-earth.
Oh, so has Elrond never been?
I believe he has not.
Wonder if there's trouble down south.
And what concern is that of yours, Eleanor Brandyfoot?
I can't help but feel there's wonders in this
This I
world.
really like this new music that's kind of like the new Shire theme, I feel like.
Yeah, the new Shire theme.
It seems like Nori is like the Luke of this world, like wanting to wanting to move beyond the confines of their community.
Kneel here before us, victorious.
Gil-galad, vampire hunter.
They have proven beyond any doubt our days of war are over.
Famous last words.
Oh, that stare down is pretty great.
She does not enjoy this.
Yep.
One bit.
At last, they are going home.
And she's like, no, thank you.
Usually big shots like the one we just had, the compositing is pretty hit or miss. The compositing on that shot was incredible.
That was the thing I was going to mention when they were fighting that giant a troll.
The snow troll?
Yeah, they've done a really, really good job integrating the live action stuff with the set pieces, with the CG stuff. It's really clean.
Are you just going to stand there breathing like an orc?
Are these two gonna F? What's going on? Okay, good. This isn't Game of Thrones, so they're not gonna.
No, exactly.
I go to seek the enemy that escaped us in the north.
Yep.
It is over. The evil is gone.
Then why is it not?
Elrond, you've always been wrong.
If but a whisper of a rumor of the threat you perceive proves true, I will not rest until it is put right.
All right, you said it.
Oh, all right, Elrond. Okay. There's Lindon. Lindon is like the legendary, one of the first capitals of the Elf Kingdom.
Sounds a lot like London, doesn't it?
London.
You sound like you're from Lindon. The lands of man.
All right, here we go.
What am I playing? Settlers of Catan over here? What is this? This is our Strider, potentially.
They got some crazy hats.
Hell yeah, dude.
Rondir.
Oh, hell yeah.
Rondir.
When are you people gonna let the past go? One day, our true king will return.
It's gonna take a minute.
Don't hold your breath, buddy.
Easy, lad. Quench the fire.
Oh, man.
Oosh.
They always show like how shitty it is to be a man in Middle Earth. It's true. It's,
it's always rough.
It's always rough and gross.
You got it the worst.
We saw it in Lord of the Rings. Humans and elves can definitely hook up.
I was a child.
Yeah.
Where did you find these?
These two are gonna hook up.
For beauty has great power to heal the soul.
I love his armor.
And I hope you find Alfred flowers beautiful.
I think he finds you beautiful, my lady.
And the well. How was it?
Ah.
Did you draw some water?
Got him. This is me and Augustine teasing Adam every day.
Yeah.
The High King has declared the days of war are over.
All the fire outposts are being disbanded.
Yeah, this compositing is so clean.
Yeah, it's really good. I feel like they're using some newer techniques to composite because this is looking really clean.
79 years I've been stationed here.
Damn. Jesus.
It's a long time.
I suppose I've grown accustomed to it.
What is that like comparatively in human years? Like 2 years, 3 years?
I mean, elves are immortal, so that's nothing to an elf.
With that location, look at that, dude. I was gonna say earlier, I love being in a fantasy setting, I love it.
What's one of them doing here?
He's my boyfriend.
He's here to get water from the well.
Say what you wish to say.
I have said it already. 100 times over, in every way but words.
That's romantic as all get out.
There's a man here for you.
Yeah, there's a man here for her right here.
Yo, how many doors you got?
You could just give her a look.
Look at this adorable cow. Oh, no.
Oh, no, I knew it.
Where's Homelander?
I don't even think Homelander would drink that milk.
Yeah, even he would be like, "Ugh, I can't."
Yeah.
If I leave now, I can reach a
Is this his son?
Going with you.
Oh, it could be.
He kind of looks like both of them.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. That's the sword we've been seeing on everything.
Dude, this is a Sauron thing. This is something left behind, right?
Yeah, that's definitely not a. Oh, there you go. Uh-oh. It just got spicy.
The thick plottings.
Yep.
Damn, she got on the boat.
She about to dive off the boat.
She might have inadvertently kept alive the very evil she sought to defeat.
How? Kept alive? What?
Or the same wind that seeks to blow out a fire may also cause its spread.
That's dumb.
That's true. We live in California. We know that.
Oh, okay. Well, in that regard, yes.
When friendship and duty are mingled.
Also, you gotta imagine CG helps to like smooth out the makeup of the ears because those ears look great.
Dude,
Yeah, they look awesome.
Honestly, I've been sitting here for the last 5 shots going, God damn, those ears look amazing. That shit looks smooth as hell.
Yeah.
Celebrimbor.
Ooh, Celebrimbor, baby.
Celebrimbor?
Celebrimbor, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna name my first child Celebrimbor.
Yeah.
He is about to embark on a new project, one of singular importance.
He's like an ultimate sword maker.
We've decided that you.
Yeah, blacksmith creator.
But I'll allow you to explain the details, Lord Celebrimbor.
He's here. Oh my God, it's Celebrimbor.
I love that they do this. I love that they use like the because these worlds can be kind of confusing.
But also, like, I think we've talked about this before. When you read fantasy like this, when you read The Lord of the Rings, one of the coolest things about it is that in the books, they have these great maps. They're maps.
Yeah.
Part of the experience. So they're bringing that into the show.
We're about to have Lady Overboard.
She's gonna jump now that she doesn't have all of her armor on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh, no.
Season 2, The Quest for Her Brother's Dagger.
This is what it's like to arrive at Ellis Island, everybody. The Statue of Liberty greeting. No. This dork just wanted to go home so bad. Whoa.
Damn, that water looked smooth as hell.
Yeah.
I want to dip in it.
I think Gandalf kind of described it in Lord of the Rings.
Holy shit.
Wow. This is crazy, y'all. We've never seen this type of depiction.
She's jumping.
Oh,
I'm
no.
out.
Well, they just left it on the floor? Uh-oh. What is that guy?
Interesting.
Autobots have arrived.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There she goes.
Like it. Go.
It's now or never.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome if
Kryptonian. Nice.
Look at the ants.
Yeah. The ants.
God, I'm so glad we watched the movies before this.
Yeah.
You just geeked out about some moving trees, bro. That would not have happened.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Movies. Oh, they're gonna reveal what he said.
We cannot know until we have touched the darkness.
Whoa.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm getting chills. That's so cool.
The score is incredible.
Go Bear, flexing.
Oh, she's gonna bounce fast.
I'm out. I gotta go. I got shit to do.
Oh my God.
Oh, there she goes.
That was pretty rad.
Wow.
And the boat's gone. Been sucked up into elf heaven. Now she has to swim across the
Valinor Hector.
Earth heaven. Trademark.
Yeah, now she does have to swim across with no boat.
Yeah, what?
No food.
God
nothing.
Damn.
Season 6, she finally reaches the shore.
Ooh, there you go.
No.
Ooh.
Oh no. Is he having a vision?
Oh, Nori, you're always getting in the middle of shit. Fucking naked baby walks out. Oh, there actually is a beacon.
Yeah, there's somebody in here.
What? Jesus?
It's Jesus Christ himself.
Jesus
Christ. Of Middle Earth.
Yes. Thank you.
Whoa.
Because I just want to say, y'all, the only one who could save Middle Earth is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen. The only one.
This was directed by J.A. Bayona.
Yeah, great job.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah.
Didn't J.A. Bayona direct Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
Yes. And I hate that movie.
Pretty good. That movie's pretty good. I told you.
I don't know if the movie's good, but this was a very well directed episode.
Yeah.
This was insane.
All right, Augustine, what did you think?
Okay. So there was one main thing that was super different. I'm not going to go into all the super details of everything, but one main thing that was one of my favorite things in the Silmarillion was when those trees die, it's Morgoth and Ungoliant, the giant spider. They didn't show the giant spider, and that's where Shelob came from, right? So I'm okay with that decision only because the story of Ungoliant is when she absorbs the light from the trees, she becomes bigger than Morgoth. She's about to kill him, and then the Balrogs come and save Morgoth, and then Ungoliant just kind of like disappears, and you never hear about the spider again. So I'm just like, okay, it's kind of like a Tom Bombadil situation in which that story point goes nowhere. We're going to avoid having that here, and then we're going to move on.
Well, to be fair, I want to try to be optimistic about it. We may still get an expansion of that whole flashback sequence because it did. I mean, as we saw in this, that was really just the prologue, right, to set us up.
Yeah.
In the same way that, like, when you watch The Lord of the Rings, they gloss over the story of the Hobbit because it's not
right
to The Lord of the Rings other than just you got to know that Bilbo got the ring and blah 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 blah.
Right.
And then later they did 3 whole movies about that story. They expanded that thing. I'm not saying like you're probably right though in acknowledging that that's a story that doesn't necessarily lead anywhere, but I'm saying we may still see, like, if they flash back to that sequence, they may throw in the huge spider and everyone will go, oh cool, that's part of it, and I don't know, but we'll see.
It's very possible. And once again, I'm okay with these decisions, like omitting stuff and moving stuff forward, because it goes, and it's what I was hoping for. It's kind of like what Peter Jackson was doing, is like he didn't tell a page by page adaptation of Lord of the Rings, and it's masterful. Like the way he did it was incredible. And I'm getting hints of that here. Obviously we've only seen one episode, but like it lets us know that the writers took care in actually picking the things that's going to progress the story forward, rather than just letting me see a giant spider. I'm just like, okay, cool. Like I know where that story goes. It doesn't really go anywhere. So like, let's progress the story. Like we have these Harfoots, which aren't necessarily alive at this point in the books, but they're going to serve some kind of a purpose. And I like the addition of a character like this, like the smaller characters who aren't these big fantastical beings who influence the world. They're more just like leaves in the wind. Like whatever happens in the world is going to affect these characters, and how are these characters going to respond to all of these giant things that they have no control over. I think it's a good way to give the world like groundedness, connectedness. Like literally these characters are connected to the earth so closely. Like how is this going to affect the world as a whole? I think this whole first episode is just freaking awesome.
I really enjoyed it. Adam, what do you think is the well, actually I'll go first because we can go from expert to was a little bit more familiar with the Lord of the Rings movies to Adam, who was less refreshed on the Lord of the Rings movies.
Adam, who just saw Return of the King for the first time, apparently.
It's been some years, but I really enjoyed it as well. I think I saw some stuff online that was saying that the first 2 episodes, and we're about to watch a second, were a lot of setup, and that's definitely true of this first episode. But I was engrossed the entire time. I really was interested in what the different aspects of Middle Earth and these characters' worlds were, and I'm really interested to see how it's all going to start to interweave, right? Like how the Harfoot story is, and this person who just fell out of the sky is going to interweave with the with that elf in the well, and that human woman that's going to interweave with Galadriel bouncing off of the ship. So it was definitely not the most like it was still exciting at times. No, I'll say it was exciting. I got chills during moments. It was great, but I really enjoyed it. Adam, what did you think coming in maybe with the freshest eyes?
I loved it because, like you were saying, Augustine, I think there's so much pressure on a property like this from fans, and the expectation is always like, well, I want it to have everything in there, and it's like, well, that's not realistic. Like you're saying, you have to take the best parts of the story and use it to your advantage to push the story forward, and kind of always make it feel like it's moving, because it's very, very easy when you're doing adaptations of previously established material, whether it's a book or even comic books, you can get sort of like hung up on, well, we're leaving this detail out, we're leaving this out. I'm like, yeah, but just let it move the story forward. And I think that's what this does so well. It does a really good job as someone who, like me, maybe isn't as so well versed in Middle Earth. It's easy to follow because they're doing everything they can to try to make the roadmap very easy to kind of look at from a big scale and say, like, this is where we are. These are these groups of people. Now we're going here with these groups of people. And here's how we're potentially going to start like intermingling everything. So, and the characters are really interesting and intriguing. And even though, you know, Galadriel and Elrond are played by new actors, like I'm not bringing any of that baggage or pressure because it's not connected. But even if it was connected, it's a story in a different time, in a different era where, you know, the events are different and everything's different. So I'm mostly going into it thinking like, this is a nice reintroduction to Middle Earth for me, but this is also a nice way for me to learn about new characters, how the characters are in a different state than when we meet them in the Lord of the Rings, all that sort of stuff. And then also coming into it from like just our production backgrounds and looking and going like, God damn, this looks amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. That people were giving this show grief for the Entertainment Weekly intro that we talked about, referenced at the beginning of the show. I wish they would use that intro for the show, honestly. Yeah. That's just me. That's just because I'm a weirdo. I think stuff like that is great, but so far this has not let me down. So far, I feel like this is a really cool entry into the Lord of the Rings franchise. And let's move on to episode 2.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get into it, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about this first episode for the Rings of Power. Check out the uncut reactions on Patreon. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.